You guys, I finally got my hands on the Hotforfood Cookbook. I am so excited to dig into this, so I wanted to take you on my journey of cooking through a few of these recipes. I'll be making 4 different recipes from this book, giving my critique and review of how I think the food tastes, how the cookbook is laid out, how it's written, blah blah blah. Now, I love Lauren so much, and every recipe that I've tried from Hotforfood has been a success, so I'm assuming, especially since it's in cookbook form, that she has tested and retested all of these recipes down to the nitty-gritty, so I'm sure all of them will be amazing. But if I run into any difficulties, I will let you know and I'll give my honest review. Even though I love the girl, I will be totally 100% honest with you and tell you if this book is really worth purchasing. One last thing, obviously I'm not gonna be listing exact measurements, stuff like that, because I want you to buy the book. I'll leave the link down in the description box if you want to purchase it yourself. And before I begin cooking, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little red button down there and also hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. And yeah, let's get cooking. The first recipe I'm making is the tofu banh mi salad, and my other recipes from this book are on the heavier side, so I wanted to make something light and crispy. So to start this recipe, you're going to cube up some tofu, toss it in cornstarch, and roast the tofu in the oven until it's nice and crispy, and then you are going to toss it in the homemade barbecue sauce. Yes, I made Lauren's barbecue sauce from the book. It's really good, really simple and easy to make, and super sweet. So if you like sweet, tangy barbecue sauces, you will like this one. Then you're going to toss the tofu in there, and I should have just put a little of the barbecue sauce in a bowl and tossed it, but I was running out of dishes, so I just tossed the tofu in the whole batch of barbecue sauce that I just made. And then to assemble the salad, I'm using romaine lettuce, and then you're going to add on your sliced carrots, red onion, cucumbers, jalapenos, and I also added some thinly sliced radishes as well. And ideally, you would want all of these veggies to be pickled, but I just didn't have enough time to do that. And then you're gonna top it with the jalapeno lime dressing. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to get everything in one bite. So I decided to mute out some of the chewing noises in this video because they were just way too loud, and this is not an ASMR channel, but I was clearly enjoying myself. I am digging this barbecue sauce. It's really sweet, but in the best way possible. All the flavors go really, really well together. I would definitely pickle pretty much like all the veggies next time I make this. I just think it'll be more banh mi-y. Yeah, but I mean, even just with the fresh veggies, it's delicious. Next up, we have the bean tostadas, and this is in the breakfast section of the book. And Lauren says to fry the corn tortillas in oil, but I'm just gonna bake them in the oven to keep it on the lighter side. And while that's going, I'm gonna make the beans with some sauteed onions, spices, then I'm gonna add in the water, along with the canned beans and some tomato paste and a little bit of sugar. Let that simmer for a while. And then also while that's going, I'm gonna make my favorite part of the recipe, which is the garlicky sauteed kale. So for this, you're obviously gonna saute some garlic with some vegan butter, the kale, add a few spices, season it, and then assemble it all together. And I'm topping it with some red onion and the jalapeno lime dressing. I would eat this for breakfast every day. I love the flavor combination of the sweet, savory beans with the garlicky sauteed kale, and then like the bite of the red onion and the jalapeno aioli. Oh my god! And so much protein! You guys know how much I love my protein. Next up is the showstopper of the day, the oyster mushroom po' boy. I've been wanting to try this for so long now. I'm really excited. So you're gonna start out by marinating your oyster mushrooms. This is what oyster mushrooms look like in case you didn't know. And you can make your marinade, toss the mushrooms in a plastic bag, add the marinade in there, and then let your mushrooms marinate for an hour or overnight if you want them extra flavorful. Then in the meantime, we can make our special sauce. So this is basically a Thousand Island dressing, and it's what you would get on animal style fries. And this stuff is ridiculous. It's so good, and it goes well with pretty much anything: fries, burgers, sandwiches, just dipping your finger in it and eating it by the spoonful. While that is chilling in the fridge and our mushrooms are done marinating, we can go ahead and bread them in the panko breadcrumbs and then go ahead and fry them up. So I'm going to heat up the oil in my cast iron skillet. I didn't want to waste a bunch of oil on deep frying these because just didn't want to waste the oil, and I don't deep fry a lot of things anyway. So I just kind of shallow fried them, but semi deep fried them. Anyway, I got them nice and crispy and golden brown. And once you drop them in, you want to make sure that the oil is hot. You do not want to drop them in not hot oil. Otherwise, it'll just be a mess. It'll be a mess. It won't turn out right. So to get them really crispy, drop them in hot oil, brown them on one side, flip them over, brown them again, and then let them drain on a paper towel to soak up the extra oil. And then to assemble, you can cut your hoagie roll, add on the lettuce, tomato, pickles, oyster mushrooms, and top it with the special sauce. I have the po' boy with me. It looks freaking amazing. I'm so excited to try it. That Thousand Island is everything. The mushrooms are tender on the inside, juicy, crispy on the outside from frying it. The only critique that I have is I wish the breading stuck on better to the mushrooms. Since the marinade is so liquidy, it makes it hard for the breading part to stick to it really well. That's the only critique I have. I mean, it's still really delicious. It would just be nice if it had like a solid crunch all around. It's kind of uneven because the breading doesn't fully stick onto the mushroom. I know I have stuff all over my face. This recipe would be perfect for summertime. 10/10 would recommend. Last but not least, we are making the cheesecake. This is a gluten-free cheesecake, which is super exciting. And you make the crust by putting everything in a food processor and then pressing it down. And in the book, it says a springform pan, but I didn't have one, so I'm just using like a shallow square baking pan with parchment paper. And then you're gonna make the filling, and it has cream cheese in it, cashew, sugar, lemon juice, lemon zest, and it's really creamy and delicious. You pour it in the crust, and then you're actually going to bake it. I've never made a vegan baked cheesecake before, which was super exciting. I am very particular about vegan cheesecake because a lot of the times it does not taste like actual cheesecake. So I'm super curious about this, and I hope it lives up to the cheesecake name. And then I topped the cheesecake with a blueberry compote syrup. It's kind of runny. It should be thicker, but I just didn't cook it long enough because I was getting impatient. Moment of truth. God, I hope this is good. I'm gonna be totally honest, it does not taste 100% like cheesecake. I think it all depends on what type of cream cheese you use. I think if you use like a cultured high quality cream cheese or make it yourself, like you can make a really good almond cream cheese, and I think it could work out well, or maybe a cashew cream cheese. I mean, this is good. It tastes kind of like a lemon bar. It's really good. It's really sweet, has a nice lemon flavor. It's almost like too sweet for me. I might cut the sugar on the blueberry syrup part, but I mean, it's really, really good. And I think anyone would enjoy eating this. It's not like super authentic cheesecake, in my opinion, but It's amazing. So that is my official review of the Hot for Food cookbook. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Would I recommend this cookbook to other people? Absolutely. I think it's great for foodies or anyone who is transitioning to a vegan lifestyle, or anyone in your life who loves to cook and is unsure about eating really delicious food while being vegan. This is the book for them, for sure. It has everyone's favorite comfort foods in there, hence the title of the cookbook itself. I honestly don't know who would not like this book. It's amazing. And Lauren does not know that I am saying this. She doesn't even know who I am, but maybe one day. And the writing style is very much who she is. She's speaking and writing in her own language, how you would, I assume, if you met her, she would talk to you as well in person. So I love that too. But you can tell by this cookbook that she is super down to earth, grounded, practical, and not a crazy vegan, which I'm all about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. If you like this video, I mean, you know what to do by now. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below telling me your thoughts on the Hot for Food cookbook. Let me know which one should I try next. And as always, don't forget to take care of yourself this week, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one.